Shan, this comes as Ghislaine Maxwell. She's trying to make another bid to get out of prison. She's already been moved to a lighter security prison, but she's basically saying she plans to file a habeas corpus petition and will represent herself. Is that going to be successful? What do you make of that?
Well, habeas is an ancient remedy. Bring the body before the court, but you still have to have something that you want them to do with that body, and we have no idea what her claim is going to be at this point. Not a good sign that she has no lawyer. Could be she can't find anyone to come up with a theory for it, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of success with that.
So you don't think it'll be anything that we'll see Ghislaine Maxwell getting out of prison as a result of this?
Not as a result of that, but there are other ways she might get out of prison.
Yeah, obviously she's been angling
Right.
for a pardon.
Yeah.
That's not something that the White House has seemed receptive to so far, but they notably have not ruled it out. And Tom, the other thing that happened today, as we're waiting to see what the DOJ releases, also in Congress, we're seeing Jack Smith, former special counsel, Jim Jordan in the House Oversight Committee wants him to testify, but wants him to do so privately. Jack Smith has said he would like to do so publicly, and the president was asked about this today in the Oval, and this is what he told reporters.
I think Jack Smith is a sick man. There's something really wrong with him. I'd rather see him testify publicly because there's no way he can answer the questions.
If Jack Smith wants to testify publicly and President Trump wants Jack Smith to testify publicly, should Jack Smith testify publicly?
Look, I agree with the president. I think he should testify publicly. There's obviously an immense public interest in all of this. In Washington, as you know, things rarely stay secret. So even if he were to testify privately, my guess is people would ultimately wind up leaking the transcripts. But in strategic ways, people might leak the parts they thought were favorable to their side. I think the best, easiest solution is just have Smith come in and testify publicly. The entire American public can watch it. They can weigh his answers. They can see how he responds to the tough questions. The Republicans can make their points. The Democrats can make their points. And we won't have to rely on selective cherry-picked leaks from private testimony.
Yeah, I mean, if Jack Smith was testifying publicly, what would you want to hear him answer in a setting?
I want to hear him answer all the reasons why it was a valid investigation, all the suspicions they had, all the evidence they had, and basically put on the whole case they never got to put on.
Because he wouldn't be bound by anything, right? I mean, could he just say essentially whatever he wanted to?
Sure. I mean, they try to cut him off if it began to sound kind of negative. But the other point is, nothing stops him from coming out afterwards, or even before, I guess, but coming out afterwards and talking about what he talked about, the questions that were asked, whatever he wants to say, because it's not like there's going to be a gag order on him.